All right, next car. It's a 2010 also Nissan Altima. It's the third one this week, like fifth one this month, second one today. So I've had quite a few Nissans, 3 in the past week, 2 today. So tis the month for Nissans to be breaking. I'm just gonna go over it really quick how to test for a bad alternator. First thing you want to do is ensure that the belt's hooked up. It's not shredded or anything. Start the car up. Make sure this belt is rotating. I'm gonna put some white out on here because I don't know what the camera's not gonna be able to pick up. At least we can start the car up and see if it's rotating. At the same time, I'm going to get my multimeter, show you what the voltage is, and show you the old school method of testing for an alternator, which might be a little controversial, but it still kind of works. So, all right, here's our line here. It's thick like my women and straight like my sexuality. Nobody's laughing. Okay, I'm going to start the car up. We're gonna watch this run, and we're gonna go to the battery and do some really simple tests. Yeah, I kind of figured it wasn't really going to pick it up. But this is actually making a little noise here. It doesn't sound too good. Hell, like, even really quick, I can even take my jump box. Because technically, it should show some type of charge going on. The alternator was charging. It's not even doing that. Real quick, I don't want the car to get too hot. Take my voltmeter, put it on direct current. On direct current, that's alternating. Direct because it's straight. The alternator does not sound happy at all. Oh shit. Yeah, I'm gonna call. Oh, did it break the belt? Oh look, now it's working. Look at that. Working fine now. It's probably something will happen. I can guarantee you that pulley's messed up. So the alternator is probably not bad, but because of the age, I'm going to go ahead and replace this anyway. I'm making 14 volts. I know it's backwards. But yeah, that pulley is going to be the problem with this particular vehicle. I thought I broke the damn belt or something, man. I was be like, golly, something else I got to buy. Take off this engine cover here. Get this out really quick. It doesn't belong there. It's supposed to be on as a 5mm. Put this upside down. It's gonna be our storage compartment. Take off this reservoir. Just be able to lift right up on this like so. Lay it off to the side here. This back where I got it from. I am going to disconnect the battery so we don't have any power going to this live wire here on the alternator, which is on this side here. This is the ground I'm pulling off. We're on the passenger side. We're in the wheel well. Car is jacked up. I have the splash guard taken off. Then when we're looking at the crank, there's the alternator. And that's the alternator. There's the AC compressor down there. So we need to access the tensioner. That is right down there. It's tucked up in here. So the tensioner lives right there. I'm going with a boxed in wrench here and a 19 boxed in wrench. I'm gonna use this for leverage. So I'll slide this on here like so. Go forward. Ideally, you want to pull off the small pulley, but I'm going off the power steering here. I'm gonna leave it just like that. Slide the belt off like so. All right, got the belt off. Slide it over, let it hang on where the fluid reservoir would. Take off this bracket. This strip, like it was stripped out. Take off the bolt going for the alternator to the battery. This should be look like a 12. Take off the connector. Got a 14 here. Break these loose. And then there's one on the bottom. Use a deep socket. Use my driver to drive them out. Sometimes the bolts, when it look impossible to get out, they'll have like an opening on the base there where the bottom bolt go, and you can just slide it out. There you go. Cool. Got it out. So what went up with this? There's definitely something in the clutch here. Wish I could if I can pull it all the way apart. This joker was making all types of noises. Smells pretty burnt up inside of there. It got a brand new remanufactured alternator. Yeah. Don't tell nobody, but I didn't take this apart. I've taken a remanufactured alternator apart before, and because I was curious to see what's inside of it, if it looked remanufactured. Like they just, they say they just replaced what was broken inside of it. But I actually took one apart before, and all the components, the regulator was new. All the what are those things? The diodes, all the inside inner workings were brand new. All right, I'm gonna essentially install this in reverse order. So you get this. I'm gonna put the original bolt, the nut that was already on the old before, back on there, because I don't want to change the thread, the style of bolts or nuts. Alright, so the alternator's installed, just that quick. I can hook up the battery if I want, because I mean all the electrical stuff are in the place it's going to be. Keep from having to put the camera back down there, I'm going to put the belt back in reverse order, same as you saw it, do the same technique. And we'll check it out once we get it running. Give me about 5 minutes. This job literally took about 30 minutes, I want to say. So we're good. Good. Everything's good. Let's start it up and check the voltage. Shit, son of a bitch. My tube is breaking. On direct current. My terminals are backwards, so we got 14 volts. Cool. I just gotta put the cover on there. Just let it run for a while. Just make sure everything's fine. Make sure the belt's not off track. I'll probably, I don't know, these batteries look pretty decent. The battery looked pretty decent. I need to tighten that up too, of course. Other than that, I don't think there's anything else we need to do about this. I mean, everything else, it was pretty cut and dry. Just a 14 millimeter, 10 millimeter, 5-point hex bit, and 14 wrench. I use 17 to help with leverage and getting that tensioner off, and a flathead. That flathead is going to be utilized to get the the body panel, those clips off that hold the splash guard in place. Hey, but other than that, hit that subscribe button, stay informed, have that reinsurance in my work. I'll see you on the next one.